United States has a lot of opportunities.
She is all about securing diaspora livelihoods, one policy at a time.
I'm helping to educate our community about life insurance that has living benefits.
With passion for all things investment.
I've always been interested in money and how money works.
Yes, IT guru come life insurance agent Salome Thuo shares the secrets to making it abroad from her 30-year experience as a Massachusetts native.
You do have to be able to balance your life, and you're never too old to reinvent yourself. Today, if you get sick, what would happen to you? How many of us in this room, by a show of hands, know somebody who has had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer? By a show of hands. I think almost all of us in the room, right? What happens to you when you have any of those ailments? Are you able to work? Probably not. Do the bills stop? The bills don't stop. You still have to pay the bills. Sometimes you lose your job, right? But the bills are still coming. What happens to you? What happens to your family? I want us to think about that. There is no reason why we shouldn't plan strategically so that we are able to take care of ourselves. So when you have an insurance that has living benefits, you are able to accelerate your policy so that you get paid a portion of your policy ahead of time.
Wow, that presentation, Salome, was on point, very inspiring. So welcome again to Daring Abroad.
Thank you so
now,
much.
This is a sit-down interview after presenting to the audience there. Okay. So let's begin by understanding what exactly do you do in Worcester, Massachusetts?
All right. So by profession, I'm a technical support person. And on the side, I do life insurance, where I'm helping to educate our community about life insurance that has living benefits.
Yeah. Life insurance that has living benefits. Yeah. What does that mean?
That means typically, or the traditional life insurance does not have living benefits, meaning that it's only good for when you pass away. However, when life insurance has living benefits, it means that you can access that insurance when you're still alive. In case you get sick, in case you get into a car accident where you are paralyzed, or in case you are diagnosed with a terminal illness, you can tell the insurance company, pay me my policy ahead of time, and they will pay you a portion of your policy ahead of time. So that's what living benefits is.
So, I mean, how different is this from the insurance we know? Medical covers and so on. I thought, yes, you're insured, but then you get it when you need it. You've now been taken to hospital. You are running the card to get the insurance covered, pay for your bills.
Right. Yeah. That's a great question. So medical insurance covers your bills for the doctor, the medications you're getting, the labs, all that test, right? However, life insurance is for your life. In case you pass away, as far as the benefits you're getting, it's in case you get sick, and your medical insurance doesn't cover the expenses, then this life insurance, you can access it ahead of time and it be able to help you. Yes, but it's not just about the medical part of it. You can be able to use that money to pay your bills because again, once you're sick, you're not able to work, and if you can't work and you don't have money, you're not able to pay your bills. So the money you get from that life insurance is money that you can use for anything. It's not just the medical part of it. A lot of people, a good number of people are concerned that I'm getting life insurance for my people when I die, and I can't really take advantage of it. So they are thinking of it as a bill, just for the people who will be left. But this is something that you can use right now in case something happens to you. Yeah.
So how does it work? Where does one begin? Now that you're in that field, there are people will be looking for you, sir. Tunaanzaje?
Right.
Ndio niingie hapo.
So as far as how you begin, you have to, first of all, you want to make sure that you work with a qualified and licensed life insurance agent who will help you to get a quote with the insurance company, and they give you an idea of how much it will cost for you to get a policy. And then from there, once you have agreed on the amount that you're going to be covered for, the cost, because the cost again varies depending on what you want, then you have to put in for the life insurance policy itself to be approved. So when you put in the policy to be approved, they have to go and check your medical records through a medical database that's shared by all the providers. And what they are checking there is whether you have any medications that you are taking, whether you have any health conditions like pre-existing conditions, like if you have diabetes and so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to be covered because you have those things. It just informs them as far as how risky you are to insure. I'm working with a lot of Kenyans in Massachusetts to write for them policies with living benefits. Again, traditionally, most of us have life insurance either with our work or we had bought some insurance that was a term insurance, but it didn't have any benefits. So what I do is I work with people, I encourage people to make an appointment with me so that we can review what you have right now to see if you need to upgrade your policy to a policy that has living benefits. IUL policies are indexed universal life insurance policies. These are policies that have a cash value in them, where a portion of the money that you're paying goes to like a cash bucket. That money grows tax-free, and it also, you can withdraw that money tax-free. So you're not paying for it taxes as it's growing, and you're not paying taxes when you're withdrawing. And then, because it's indexed, it has market protection, meaning the money that is in your bucket today would never go down. Even if the stock market goes to negative 20, 30, depending on what's going on, your account is set. Everybody is a potential client. As long as you are in the United States, the companies that I work with right now only deal with people in United States. So as long as you're in United States, I can help you with your policy. And I'm licensed to work in multiple states. So it's not just Massachusetts.
It's not just Massachusetts.
Right. The cost of the insurance depends on your age. It also depends on your lifestyle. It depends on whether you're male or female. That's one of the questions that came up at the forum the other day. So men, for whatever reason, they are more expensive than women. So everything depends on you as an individual.
Why are men more expensive than women?
So as I said at the forum, I don't know 100%, but I believe it's the mortality rate for men is, men pass away a little earlier than women. So that's why they are a little bit more expensive. So we have two different types of insurances, right? You have one that is a temporary one for a period of time. And then we have the other one that I discussed, which is the IUL policy that has a cash value. So for the term policies, you can get a policy for anywhere from like $20-something for $100,000, like say $21, all the way to about like 67 for somebody who's the age of between 45 and 55 years old. So I want to say less than $100, you can be able to get yourself a coverage for $100,000 over term policy. Now, when you get the IUL policy, that's a permanent policy. And as I explained, that's like buying a house. So that's going to cost you a lot more. However, half of that money that you're paying is going to like a cash bucket. So that one, again, it depends on your age. It depends on, again, the risk value, whether you're taking any medications and that kind of stuff. But anywhere from, depending on your age, I've had people who have policies for like $100 and something to $200 to $300. It all depends on the age of the person.
So your area is IT, Salome. Then you ventured into selling insurance as a side hustle. So did you train for it, or is it a passion? How are you managing this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So yes, you do have to train for it. You have to get a license with your state, and you have to, you have to sit through the exam. Once you pass the exam, then you get licensed with your state. And then from there, you apply for license in the other states as well. But you don't have to do an exam in every state. You just have to do an exam and pass the exam in your state, and then you'll be able to apply for the license in other states. Right?
So how did you end up in the US?
So I came in the US as a student way back when.
When is this?
In 1995. It was actually not even my choice. It was my mom's choice. So she's the one who got the resources and got everything to get me here. Because I was so young. I was still in high school when the plans were being made.
University or which level?
Yes, university.
You came to pursue further studies in university.
Exactly.
Which university and what studies were you pursuing?
Quincy College, and I did business.
Where is here in Boston?
Yeah, this is in Boston.
You did business?
Yes, business. And then from there, I ventured into IT. So I did a course in IT, and that's how I started working in the IT field. And I've been at that for over 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
As you do your side hustle.
Right.
How is it managing that, working and also doing this thing of selling insurance?
Right. So you do have to be able to balance your life. I also have young kids who you have to take for sports. So you have to be very disciplined with your work and be able to organize your schedule in a way that you are able to have time for your regular job, have time for your side hustle, as well as time for the kids. So it's a balancing act. However, I do make sure that I prioritize my children to make sure that I'm getting them to where they need to be. But at the same time, it's I'm able to, once work is done, I think one of the things that makes it easier for me is I work from home. So because I work from home, when I finish working, then I can go straight to my insurance.
How has this changed your livelihood and the livelihoods of your people back home, working Maju?
Obviously, it has helped a lot. United States has a lot of opportunities. And just like you see, I do my regular job right now, and I'm able to start taking something else, like life insurance on the side, because of the flexibility of this country and the ability for you to evolve and kind of try different things. So there are so many opportunities, and because you're able to do a lot, then obviously you're able to help your people back home. I think one of the biggest issues in US or any other diaspora areas is not having a community. That's very, very huge. We have had people who have gone in the waysides because they don't have a community. But for me, again, the most important thing is to educate our community on this important feature that we were not aware of before. We have so many GoFundMes where people need help because something has happened. And we really can't predict, we can't tell whether we are going to get sick, we can't tell what's going to happen. However, if you have something like this, it can cover you. And that's why I call it like a Me Fund Me account. Fund yourself so that if something happens, you'll be able to take care of yourself. I've always been interested in money and how money works. When I was very young, again in this tech support position, I was talking to a client on the phone, and I was less than 25 then, and he told me when you turn 25, you need to start investing at least 10% of your money towards your future. So at that point in time, I had not had anything about money or what you're supposed to do with money. You just worked, paid the bills, and that's it. And luckily, my company brought somebody who explained to us about like 401k, how it works, how you can put money aside and be able to take that money to use it towards different things, like maybe buying your first house, your wedding, and so on and so forth. So as soon as I started that process, I started learning more about how you're supposed to save money, how you're supposed to pay yourself first, just like the way you have to pay taxes first. So you need to pay yourself first for the future.
For the future.
So I started putting money aside, and every person I meet, I usually tell them to start.
And I liked your mantra, don't leave your children with bills, leave them with blessings.
Yes, yes. We really need, we can do this again for a very small amount of money. You can bless your kids rather than leaving them with bills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bless your children rather than leaving them with the bills. And that's how we wind up this interview with Salome. Wow, that's interesting, Salome. And many thanks for earning your space on Daring Abroad.
Thank you so much for having me.
A quick parting shot in 3 or 4 words to our viewers, and we are done. Looking at the camera.
Yes, thank you so much. Again, thank you, Alex, for this opportunity. Thank you to everybody for watching the show. Alex, keep doing the job that you're doing. It's amazing, and let's keep transforming our community here and abroad.
They want to hear, what has America taught you in simple words?
America has taught me to work hard, and if you work hard, you can get where you want to be, and you're never too old to reinvent yourself.
Never too old to reinvent yourself.
Correct.
Asante, Salome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.